Hello, sweet star, and welcome to this look ahead with Mother Moon at the next 12 months and what is unfolding for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces energy. If you've watched the other elements on my channel already, you know that I believe we are all 12 of the zodiac archetypes. So every single one of us, to some extent, will be experiencing all of these evolutions in some degree or another. Everyone's journey will be unique. But in this reading, we get to hear from Mother Moon specifically what we can expect for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So if you have watched any of the other elements or any readings on my channel, first of all, thank you. Thank you for being here. We're up to 26 subscribers here on Maniere Tarot, and that just, I can't even tell you how good it feels to be in this process of having this outlet to express my own water energy and to also give a voice to this Mother Moon spirit of unconditional love for us all. That said, if you've watched any of those other readings, you know we've never done this before. We've never just put them out and just push them around. And all of a sudden I couldn't not just like push them all over the place. And see this one right here. This is Cancer's card. We'll stick it up here so it's not mixed in. Let's see this one. That's our Scorpio card. And this guy over here is our Pisces card. So our water energy reading is already off to a very unique start. Yeah, and why not? Why not let ourselves flow with whatever intuitive hits are flowing through us? Water energy in general, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, they all in their own way really reflect intuitive practices and abilities. So they all, like I said, they all use them very differently. And they all balance each other in this beautiful way. So without further ado, let us see, what do we have for Cancer energy that is unfolding over these next 12 months? Oh, beautiful. The Mystic. For Scorpio energy, what is unfolding over the next 12 months? Anima Mundi. So this is like the World card in tarot. If you're familiar, this is the highest card in this particular deck. And for Pisces, we have the Thread. Okay, in the description box, you will find timestamps, so you are now welcome to jump straight to your reading, whichever one of these messages may be calling you for whatever reason, even if you don't normally check out Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces energy things. Maybe one of these messages is still calling you. I think especially when we're talking about the water energy reading, Mother Moon's encouragement is to let your intuition run wild. Let it have whatever it wants and never ask it to explain itself. So without further ado, we will build our piles. Welcome to our pile picking process. I'm so glad you're here. This is honestly one of my favorite parts of getting to do these readings is building the piles and like selecting the cards that end up creating the most beautiful messages for us. That one is gonna get those two. That's just what has happened here. Yeah, so I'm so glad you're here. What is opening up for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces? Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. That one is Scorpio. so many different cards came out today to have a word with you. So I'm super excited to see what is opening up. Oh my goodness. Had to do some kind of magic to catch this. And check it out. There's 3. 1, 2, 3. Love it when they make it easy. All right. What is opening up for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces energy? Over these next 12 months, what is opening up? That's Pisces, actually. Pisces is getting a huge pile, and we're just going to go with it, okay? Because we don't make our intuition explain itself around these parts anyway. All right, and the tarot cards. What is opening up for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces? Okay. And last but not least, what is opening up? What can we know about what to expect? I just threw that. Okay. What to expect about what is happening in these next 12 months? For that one's going to get an extra one of those. And that one's going to have an extra one of those. All right. Here we are with our piles. We shall get these ready for Cancer energy opening these next 12 months. We have the Mystic. For Scorpio, what is opening in these next 12 months? We have Anima Mundi. That's fun to say. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I'm going with it because it just rolls off the tongue. Try it with me. Anima Mundi. Anima Mundi. That'll really entertain the mind of this one anyway. And for Pisces, we have the Thread. So again, timestamps in the description, and I will meet you in your readings. Hello, pile number 1. Hello to the Cancer energy inside the sweet star that is watching this right now. I am so glad to have you here. The main card for this Cancer energy reading and what is opening up for our Cancer energy over the next 12 months, the main card is the Mystic. And the Mystic is on an eternal path of transformation. That's why we have the butterfly or the moth or whatever this guy is. There is this forever drive to transmute the pain and poison of this world into more love and more nectar, to bring even more sweetness to yourself and those you cross paths with. So I know Cancer energy is definitely one of our most tender spots inside of our energy grid because it's so open. It's the well of our emotional truth, our emotions coming through, kind of like the raw emotional data. That is our Cancer energy. So when we do think about the signs that are the most vulnerable to receiving poison, receiving venom. If you watch the Virgo reading for what's unfolding in these next 12 months, it feels incredibly related to this one, where the Mystic is on a mission to any of the pain that the Mystic receives. It does not blindly pay it forward. It transmutes it slowly but surely within itself into greater light and love to share with others. So there is a powerful path that you are on if you are listening to this message, and that over these next 12 months, I get that you are going to be seeing the strength of those powers of transmutation, like the alchemical, like literal witchcraft that you are able to create when you take in something that is dripping in violence and hatred and pain, throbbing in pain, you take it into yourself and you're able to exhale something completely different. And pile number one, the depth of the beauty of the soul that you are is beyond words. These intentions to allow yourself to be this sensitive so that you are open to and receiving these painful toxins from the people around you, and the way you transmute it and the way you find higher and higher and higher ground of love in that process is it's literally admirable, like so respectable. Pile number one. Let's see what else we have here. We have nothing is yet set in stone, the mutable moon. So mutable signs are Pisces, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Gemini. Nothing is yet set in stone. I love this energy though. Cancer is not a mutable sign, it's a cardinal sign, meaning you begin new things with Cancer energy. But I do love that nothing is yet set in stone, because as far as the mystic is concerned, nothing is set in stone ever. It's like the facts lead to greater mystery, mystery leads back into facts, and facts lead back into mystery. So it's just a giant cycle that really, if the questions were all ever answered, the mystic would be incredibly sad and bored, and that's just never going to happen, because nothing ever is set in stone. The tide is always changing. The waves are always rolling in and then going back out. There's always unanswered questions for the mystic to sink its teeth into, and that is really a beautiful thing. We also have Vesta with Hearth. I love that for the connection between Cancer and the fourth house, as far as to do this work, to do this alchemical work of turning poison into nectar. That takes a safe place, a sanctuary, if you will. Yeah, sanctuary is really the best word, where you are in a safe place filled with your own loving light energy, where you can bring these morsels of darkness into this sanctuary and embed them with light. So to do that process, you really do have to come up out of wherever the poison was coming from and go back into your sanctuary, where you can bring your light into this darkness. We have gratitude. Feel how life showers you with blessings and give thanks. And one of the things, I'm going to tuck this right here next to Hearth, is one of those things is your sanctuary. I think you'll find, like, in those moments when you need to transmute pain into love, that you do have safe spaces to be able to retreat to. Cancer energy is like it's represented by the crab. The crab has that outer shell, its home, that it carries with it, because it's so soft and tender on the inside that it's vulnerable to attack and to predators. So it's really, really important that we have a really strong outer secure layer where we can retreat inside that shell whenever we need to, and that we always give thanks for the protection that that sanctuary provides. Catherine Lebeur, again, please help me learn how to pronounce these words. The patroness of miraculous healing. I am ready to heal. I am worthy of the miracles meant for me. I adore that. And look at this light being. Oh, and what better use of that light than to break the chain of pain, because I think more than anything, that's what comes through as the mystic's ultimate contribution, is that you can absorb poison and offer love in return. And the cognitive dissonance that that creates in the field is everything. It's like when people lash out at us because they're hurting, and hurt people, they lash out at us and they put that hurt on us or on you, pile number one. And even though you're hurt by what they did, you don't hurt, you don't retaliate, you transmute, and you respond. Again, pile number one, this is so beautiful. You are like illuminated from behind, illuminated from within, like literally glowing. This is so beautiful. And I know, I'm pretty sure it's in big part because of the sanctuary that you have built for yourself, this home space, this home base that you have that is peaceful and loving and serene and full of pure positive energy. Maybe not perfectly all the time 100%, but so dominantly pure positive energy that you can retreat into this space and refill your light batteries. Let's add your tarot cards and get more of this beautiful picture. So we have the Five of Cups. We have Temperance. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Emperor. We have the Page of Wands. The Ten of Pentacles. And the Four of Swords. Okay. What is opening up in these next 12 months for our Cancer energy? So right off the bat, I'm being drawn to these two, because really the rest of all of this is completely positive, and I'm going to talk about that, but these two feel like the pieces that are what is continuing to unfold over these next 12 months that is bringing you more fully into this energy of embracing your role as the mystic. There is a process of letting go of energies that you are learning to develop. So as the mystic, you take in whatever the world has to offer, and you're constantly seeking new experiences, new moments, new perspectives, new, and that it brings a lot into your grid. And at that point, when all of that energy is then in your grid, there are processes that you have already begun learning and are continuing to practice, where you keep the energies that feel good to you, and you let go and grieve the pieces that you do not wish to hold inside your energetic grid. And this Four of Swords, in addition to that there is such a harmony between the Five of Cups and the Four of Swords, where letting go of this energy, the Five of Cups, is greatly supported by our Four of Swords process of releasing ourselves from everything, releasing ourselves from our own painful self-talk, most of all, and letting ourselves fall into a deep and restful sleep. And the process that supports, as far as when you wake up from that sleep, from that restful state, that it is a lot easier to let go of the pieces that do not serve you. And the rest of this is really nothing but positive as far as what is opening up in these next 12 months, is that you are learning to bring, this one is also giving me this really balanced vibe, like these two sides of the butterfly are mirror images of each other. This reflection is a mirror image of each other. This balance between the Temperance card of being able to bring the darkness back into balance with the light, that like you are a force of balance in the world, that you and your mission are bringing a greater harmony to the world at large, not even just your world, because these ripple effects, even if you only ever, talk to one other person, that person talks to other people, and those people talk to other people, and the ripple effects from the healing that you're doing and the balance that you're creating are uplifting literally the entire planet. So pile number one, kudos on everything that you are doing, every single small step that you take along your healing journey to transmute the pain that has been inflicted upon you instead of just blindly paying that pain forward. Beautiful, beautiful work, pile number one. Thank you so much for the healing and the love that you generate from inside of you. And I'm seeing that there is one of the blessings that's unfolding for Cancer energy in these next 12 months is an expansion of your soul tribe. So how exciting is that, pile number one? People to celebrate with you this work of mysticism, this journey of answering life's most unanswerable questions. There are new people coming into your world in this upcoming 12 months that are going to cheer you on. They're going to cheer you on in kicking the darkness's ass, is what I'm hearing, and in expanding and growing the light. They are so excited for you. They're so excited to be able to celebrate with you, to be able to share in your journey. They are one of the things 12 months from now that you are most grateful for, are these friends that are showing up, these new tribe members. That like basically what you are having open up in these next 12 months is your empire, pile number one. I don't know if you're on a journey to build an empire or if that is a new piece that is opening up in the 12 months up ahead, but that there are legit waves of inspiration coming through that are demanding to be expressed. They have been inside of you the entire time, and in this last piece of really bringing your energy into balance, bringing the darkness back into balance with the light, that balance is opening up. It's like creating the perfect weight system to be able to open this like secret door that has never been opened before, where new inspiration is able to pour out of it, and that you are creating things that this 10 of Pentacles, it is leading to material satisfaction on every level. Like this central figure, this wise figure, is recounting their stories, delighting the people who are listening, being admired by people who are watching, and being taken care of by other members still of the tribe who see the value in what you're doing. Pile number one, you are raising not only your own estimation of your own value, but then also being recognized for the value that you bring to the table. There's nothing random about the healing journey that you have been on. It is deep and it is profound, and it is adding something to the world that the world needs. There is absolutely material benefit coming through your journey, not just for you, but for the world at large. And so much of that I'm seeing is this Four of Swords, this willingness to untangle yourself from your negative self-talk, to kind of like put the darkness in its place and recognize when people are projecting onto you, when they are unloading onto you because they're hurting so bad inside of themselves that they need to get this pain out of themselves as best they can. And they're not meaning anything personal at you, but you receive it nonetheless. They don't have to intend to hurt you for you to end up hurt. And I'm seeing in these next 12 months you giving yourself a lot more grace, a lot more rest, a lot more time in your sanctuary to come home to yourself, to come home to your inner shell where you are totally protected and celebrated, where you can take the time that you need to bring greater light into the picture to balance out whatever new darkness you might have absorbed out in the world. Let's get some specific advice from, well, this one is one. Thank you. Let's get some specific advice from Mother Moon as far as over these next 12 months. What is it that she would have you focus on and kind of keep in mind as you further embrace this role of mystic? We're going to take all of those. That one over there. Okay. We have the World. So again, like an inner serenity, a peacefulness that starts inside of you and then ripples out literally to the entire world. We have the Fool. So a new beginning coming out of that completion. I mean, the World, yes, signifies kind of an ending, like a culmination point, but always endings are also new beginnings, so that's extremely clear. The Knight of Wands, that goes very well with our Page of Wands here. There's definitely more inspiration coming in this upcoming year, and like very much this Knight of Wands, like mounted on her horse and wand in hand, and battle cry is at the ready, and just kind of like a charging forth in your inspiration. Not thinking about, am I right or wrong in my inspiration? Are other people gonna like my inspiration? Like, what are other people gonna think about it? The Knight of Wands like really doesn't care. The Knight of Wands is like so on fire with their inspiration that they can't not create what is flowing through them. So I'm like kind of getting like an unbridled, uninhibited creative force that is coming through you this year, pile number one. So exciting. The Nine of Cups, so living your dreams, like having emotional fulfillment, like having your heart's wishes coming true in these next 12 months. Like I'm definitely getting the sense where this is also kind of touching that Four of Swords, that like whether you're in the Four of Swords, like tired, cranky, fussy, ready for a nap, or you're in the Four of Wands where you're celebrating with your soul tribe and almost like nothing feels better than that. Whichever one of those energies you are in, to remember that both are part of this process of transmutation and transformation that is ultimately the journey that you signed up to live. Pile number one. We have the Tower card. So almost like being asked to trust in these moments of destruction, because even in that destruction, there is a new beginning coming out of that that is even closer to the journey that your soul intended when you came forth into this life. We have the Page of Swords. So a new perspective, new information, like kind of putting down the sword to like learn and grow and open your mind, open your perspective, like take in new information, take in other people's points of view. There's something, a new vision being shown to you in this upcoming year that helps make greater sense of things for you. And last but not least, we have the Devil card. So lots of major arcanas and court cards in your reading here. A big turning point is what that says to me. And this specific advice feels very, very divinely intended to close out your reading, where the Devil actually helps us find, I've never interpreted it like this before, but the Devil helps us to find greater levels of our own empowerment, because so often we wait for people to give us permission to do the thing. Like these people are in these cages, and I think there you can see it pretty well, but these people are inside these cages and staying inside their cages even though the doors to both cages are wide open. These people can come out anytime they want. They have full power, full freedom to come out anytime they want. And yet, so often we feel confined, we feel chained down, we feel held back by outside forces. And the closing message of your reading, pile number 1, is that the door is wide open and that there is nothing that can flow through your intuition or your inspiration, this very powerful inspiration that's coming through you this year. There is nothing coming through that needs anybody else's permission. When you feel that surge of inspiration coming through you, run with it. Mount your horse, pick up your wand, and get to going on whatever that inspiration is pointing you towards, even if that is to come home and take a nap. Your inspiration knows best, and you can allow that inspiration, that intuition, to be your guiding force. And that literally the devil card reminds us that there is no force outside of ourselves that can ever hold us back, that can ever hold us prisoner. We are always free. Sometimes we like to give our power to a devil figure or some chains or whatever, but even that is a fancy way of staying where we currently are because we want to be there. So if you want to be where you are, then stay. Stay where you are and own that that's where you want to be. But if you want to go somewhere else, nobody in this world is stopping you from going there. Pile number 1, this is what I'm seeing in your message. I would love to hear from you down below how this lifelong journey of transmutation has been for you. Is it getting easier and easier and easier? I hope so. If it's not yet, I would fully expect that in this upcoming year, there is absolutely a shift in perspective that is coming to help you see the good in what this is. It can feel, I'm definitely getting the sense, like the mystic, it can feel like it's just pain after pain after pain after pain. But there is an invitation here to recognize the strength that you have to not be a victim to that pain. Like receiving the pain is not the end of the story. What you choose to do with that pain and what you choose to turn it into is the canvas that you came to create upon in this life. Pile number 1, it has been my honor to connect with your energy in this reading. I am so glad that you are here in this life and on this channel. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to Moon Mirror Tarot. And if your intuition is guiding you to either of the other readings in this video or any of the other elements, I have the Earth, air, and fire sign videos linked in the description box as well if you're being guided to check out any of those. And if this was all you needed for today, sweet star, thank you so much for stopping by, and I will catch you on the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Hello to the Scorpio energy inside the sweet star watching this right now. I am so glad you're here. Could not be more glad, in fact, for this Anima Mundi reading. Anima Mundi, as I mentioned in the card picking process, is similar to the world energy of the tarot. It represents all that is, a sense of completion. And one little phrase that I would like to read out of the book here: diversity is celebrated, multiplicity is honored, and nothing is denied embrace. Constructs of separation dissipate into the wonderful mess of shared consciousness. And the reason that that stood out to me, especially on this card, this description, is because Scorpio, as one of the zodiac energies, it represents a willingness to interact with the full spectrum of human emotion, the full spectrum of our water energy, not just the good stuff, but all the way down into the deepest, darkest part of who we are. into the most painful scenarios, Scorpio does not shy away. In its highest frequency, it will be present with any energy that it comes into contact with. Nothing is denied embrace. And I am getting this sense of wholeness that is within you that lets you have that level of compassion for even the people who come into your world and deliver painful circumstances or harsh realities. In this energy, in our Scorpio energy, what's unfolding in these next 12 months is that we will celebrate that diversity. We'll celebrate even the darkness because it lets us see the light so much more clearly. So there is also another unique piece. I talked about that a little bit in the very beginning, but another unique piece to this reading is that I am recording pile number 2, the Scorpio reading, first. Before I did the Cancer reading. I'm not sure why, but there's something to do with the timing and the order of things. And the theme of this water energy reading is don't make your intuition explain itself. So here we are doing number 2 first. So we're just going to roll with it. Let's see what the rest of your oracle cards have to add to this picture. Hi, still. Get back in your chair. What doing? What doing? What doing? You gonna get back in your chair? You better go get back in your chair. Come here. She says, can I say hi first? Hi. You guys got a stellar wave, so if you're trying to count blessings today, add that to the list. All right, so let's see what the rest of your cards have to add to this. Oh my gosh, you're very close to achieving your goal, a gibbous moon. So a gibbous moon is almost full. You're like on the verge on the verge of being completely full, and that goes so well already with this Anima Mundi energy of completion. This is like you are right there. So you've already come so far in your healing journey of this Scorpio energy, and you are very close to some kind of full moon manifestation type energy. The 6th house with sustainability, and this is also number 44. 4s represent stability and sustainability. To add to that, all of that seems very good. We have Teresa of Avila, Our Lady of the Interior Life. Please feel free to correct me if I have pronounced that wrong. Our Lady of the Interior Life. I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. That is beautiful. There's like this glow coming from inside of her and is like illuminating her from the inside out. That, again, like it's so beautiful with this Anima Mundi energy. It's like, yes, this is your own internal process of completion, but at the same time, the wholeness of your energy gets refracted back out into the world to create these beautiful ripple effects off of the light that is you. So to think that your internal healing of your inner world is selfish at all is just couldn't be further from the truth. And last but not least, we have the wild feminine. Awaken your she-wolf instinct, that primordial force. I love this to add to our Scorpio energy of what's unfolding over these next 12 months, because Scorpio is anciently ruled by Mars, and Mars is absolutely our primordial force, and it gives us the strength and the courage to fight what needs fought, to stand up, not only for ourselves, but for the things that matter to our soul, like the she-wolf's cubs or the pack. There are things that are worth protecting with everything in your being. And when you have awakened to this wholeness, that is the power that you have access to. Again, not to use your power against anybody else, to not overpower anybody else. This is a feminine energy, so this power is very receptive, very much allowing everyone to hold their own power and stand in their own sovereignty. But the second anybody starts using their power to abuse another member of the pack, your she-wolf stands up and says, no, you put your paw down and you do not tolerate that shit. And thank you, pile number 2. Thank you for healing your Scorpio energy to this point where even in the face of extreme darkness, even in the face of possibly violent, dangerous energy, I mean, we're talking nothing is outside embrace. No fractal of diversity is outside of what this energy accepts. It's all accepted. It's all celebrated for existing. And that being said, there's a very clear message here of that does not mean that you have to tolerate poor behavior or that you have to tolerate mistreatment, because nobody's asking you to do that. You have all the fire, all the strength, all the primordial life force that you need to protect not only yourself, but your family as well. And family goes beyond blood. I'm using that term to kind of represent whatever is dearest to you and your soul. Let's add your tarot cards and get the complete picture, and we can also seek more clarification as far as what is unfolding for our Scorpio energy over these next 12 months. So we have 5 of Wands. We have 7 of Pentacles. We have the Fool. We have the Page of Coins. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the 7 of Coins, which is also the 7 of Pentacles, which we already have, and they are touching each other, so that seems like a very clear message, and the 5 of Pentacles. What is unfolding for our Scorpio energy over the next 12 months? So right off the bat, I'm seeing this zigzag of energy, which we might as well rope the Fool into it as well, where you have been working on something behind the scenes, something flowing your own personal life force energy into this creation for a really, really long time. Really long time. This has been in the making for years. It's easy to say. Easy to say that this has been years and years and years in the making, and that there is a tipping point. Like when we put all of these together, get a nice little hand of cards here. When we put all of these together, there is a tipping point of we are almost at a completion. This whole card is about completion and wholeness and fullness. And you have been walking in this direction for a really long time. And I'm hearing that, you know, these 7 of Pentacles cards, like 7 of Pentacles in its highest frequency and its lightest vibration, represents like a really serene, content knowing of how things unfold in the earth realm. And in their shadow form, the Seven of Pentacles can definitely denote impatience with a long journey, like where things are taking longer than you think they should. And I love both of these. Seven of Pentacles, they both do such a good job of pointing out that the pentacles, the real wealth, has been cultivated and is growing under the surface. So, like, this person resting his arms up here on the surface of the ground, like, is witnessing this tiny little baby tree and taking score of this is how far my creation has come. And again, in its highest vibration, in its lightest form, the Seven of Pentacles, this person also understands. They have full faith and contentment, and they continue doing what they're doing because they know for certain that what you can see growing on the surface is teeny, teeny, tiny compared to what is happening underneath. And same on this one, you just in a slightly different form. Like, all of this fire on the surface is one thing, but it's the result of all of this pentacles that exist underneath. It's all of this cultivation and investment of time and energy that is underlying the strength of what it is that's coming forth. So all of that, to take a moment and really just celebrate how much has gone into this, like, almost culmination that we're going to see come to culmination over the next 12 months when it comes to this scorpionic process. And because of that, we have the Fool card, where because of coming into this fullness, there is an entirely new life waiting for you. The life that you're stepping into, the life that you'll be living 12 months from now, is nothing like the life that you've been coming from, the place where you've been coming from, where you have been working and working and working and working to build whatever this is that is coming into fruition. And whatever it is that you've been doing has, I just, like, I can't even find the right word to convey other than sustainability. I mean, that just doesn't even do it justice, though, as far as like the strength of the foundation, like the health of the root system that you have in place to support. Yes, maybe the creation looks small on the surface right now, but you can't even imagine what it's going to become. And that your daily routine, this sixth house of like this Seven of Pentacles energy of like every single day you nurture the creation a little bit more. And then the next day you nurture your creation a little bit more, and then a little bit more. And I'm hearing you've been doing this for years. And while coming into this fullness doesn't necessarily signal the end of that daily process. If anything, I'm very much seeing through this sixth house energy coming forward that like you're going to continue that daily process that you've built, this daily practice of a little bit more nurturing your creation, like that's still going to continue, but you are hitting this tipping point where like it's almost like this tree that you've been growing for years and years and years, like it's about to put off fruit. It's about to yield a harvest that you've never gotten to harvest off of this creation before. And because there's the pentacles coming through like so consistently here, I'm definitely getting the sense that this harvest is financial, in terms of like there's a physical reward. There's like a tangible physical reward that is coming out of this culmination point, that it's not just in like a water energy kind of space, like an emotional healing. Like, yes, there have been lots of steps along the way in your interior life as you explore and find this divine light inside of yourself. There is a shift in your healing journey, no doubt about it. But the ferocity with which you will be able to go forward, like to be able to stand up for yourself, to stand up for others who need a little bit of help standing up for their own rights, like the way that you're able to use your strength, the sustainability of that strength to carry you into the future, it's just like you can't even imagine the life that you'll be living 12 months from now. There's absolutely this new beginning that, yeah, it's right here. Oh my gosh, it's right here. what am I saying? Like, there is a new beginning in your healing journey, absolutely, but there's also this new beginning, this new proficiency with how you are able to create in the earth realm. There's like a new ability and capacity, and proficiency is the word that keeps coming, as far as like not just, you know, doing this stuff every day because maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. No, you know it works, and you're doing it with that intention of, I know I'm flowing my power and my life force, my magic. I am flowing it into this creation on purpose because I understand this root system that I am helping to nourish and bring to life. So there's a proficiency, a mastery within the earth realm that is taking shape here. And closing out this initial part of your reading, we have the Five of Coins, the Five of Pentacles. And this particular Five of Pentacles, like, it's very interesting because down here we have the main figure who's wrapped up in really tattered clothing, like they don't have enough, like kind of symbolizing lack in a way. And then also sitting out here in the snow, in the cold, their fingers and their toes are like so red, they're maybe bloody, and their face is so cold, and they have this teeny little match that is providing this teeny little fire and this teeny little source of heat. And meanwhile, it looks like to me, just in this scene, that they're sitting right outside of a church. Like the stained glass window is like illuminated from behind, and like if they would just go inside this safe haven, they could. You could. There's a holding yourself back that is very much kind of closing out the reading and help, kind of giving me the next question, as far as like, what is this last little bit? What is the final piece or pieces that are clicking into place to bring us to the full moon, to bring us to this Anima Mundi fullness? What is it that is being shed or falling off, or what is it that we are letting go of? Okay. Okay, let's start, and this one. All right, let's start with that and see what we have here. What is this ending? What is this final step towards completion for our Scorpio energy over these next 12 months? The Five of Wands again, and that reminds me, I never interpreted that part. Thank you for the reminder, because that's definitely a big piece. The Strength card. The Queen of Swords. The Three of Wands. The Queen of Wands. And the Seven of Pentacles again. Again! Pile number 2. Holy crap. So out of all 3 tarot decks that we use, the Seven of Pentacles came to see you every single time. So because of that, I am going to read the book for this unique Seven of Pentacles and see what specifically am I leaving out that still wants to be heard. Okay, so looking at the book, I think the main piece that I want to hit on that, I mean, everything is in there as far as like you're reaping your rewards, like your harvest is coming, like it's just echoing everything we already said, which is very cool. But the part that I really want to stress is, or emphasize, is this. I think this one is perfect for showing us like once you've done what you can do, so like, you know, every day maybe there is a little bit of nurturing or nourishment that you need to give to your creation, but once you've done that, there can be rest and there can be play and there can be downtime and taking a break and basically trusting in, like how we were talking about back on this one, where trusting that it's growing under the surface even if you can't see it, that the harvest is coming even if it's not here quite yet. So I definitely think the message there is to kind of like veg out a little bit more, take a little bit more rest, you know, honor the progress that you have made and honor all of the energy that you've invested into this process, pile number two. Like, it's seriously going to blow your mind when you witness what is inside of this harvest. And that's like so freaking cool. I'm so excited for you. I would love to hear what this harvest consists of for you personally as it unfolds. But the process and how joyful or not the process is a reflection of the energy that you're putting into it. So the question I'm hearing to add in here, right here, is, are you having fun? This daily process that you're doing, like we're very much seeing that, yes, it is absolutely bringing you to this place of new wholeness, and it's a process that you will most likely do for the rest of your life, this daily process. So is it fun? Because if it's at all heavy or stressful or burdensome or anything that does not feel good, now would be the time to take a step back and see about bringing more fun and more playfulness into your process, your daily process, taking more rest and trusting that the unfolding has been set in motion and it's just going to take time now. Let's go back to this Five of Wands because I think, you know, we have two different ones now. This seems to be a very specific message that wants to come through. And these two Five of Wands are very different in how they're portrayed, but I'm going to interpret them both as far as like there can be some of both of these is what I'm hearing for what is going to help bring about these last steps of your wholeness, your, you know, filling in the last little bit of light so that we have a full moon here. For starters, this Five of Wands typically represents like conflict or competition or opposition, which definitely shows up a lot closer in this one where they're basically playing tug of war over one piece that they're either only one of them's going to walk away with it. This Five of Wands is a little bit more demonstrating the teamwork that's possible. So I like to look at this like, you know, here she is down here kind of like fixing this part, and here's this person over here tying these two together, and here's this person who's getting this one in place, and now here are these two who are able to actually climb up because of the structure that these ones have built. They're able to climb up and reach for whatever this blessing is. And when they pull the blessing back down, it's going to be divided between the entire team. And so there's definitely more people. More people are going to be around you in these next 12 months than where you're coming from previously. And sometimes they will work with you and they will support you and they will help you build structures to better support you reaching for your dreams or whatever it is that you're seeking. And other times they will feel a little bit more like this, where it feels a little bit more precarious. It feels like this person is your opposition, they're your opponent, and they're wanting to take you on in some kind of head-to-head competition. or wanting to have it out or like fight with you one-on-one. And both of these actually have the same spirit at heart. That, again, it reminds me of the Mars energy, Mars ruling Scorpio here. And that Mars energy of awakening this wild feminine, this she-wolf instinct, that primordial force. Like, really, the best and the fastest way to activate our protective instinct is to come under attack, is to be present in the mix of a lot of different energies, and to even receive an attack at times. Have someone come and get in your face and push your buttons up close and personal will awaken your fire faster than anything, lickety split. So definitely getting the sense that as you come into contact with your competitors over this next 12 months, to remember this message, because it's kind of like let's take tennis players, for example. Like, as a tennis pro, let's say, which you very much are, you're almost there. You're so on the verge of this completion. So you've built up a really, really strong foundation inside of yourself. You've crafted this mastery over a long time. We get it, Seven of Pentacles. And now it's like, as a tennis pro, would you rather play another tennis pro, or would you rather play a beginner who can't return a single serve that you send over to their side, that you hit the ball back at them and they can never respond? Like, do you want to play someone who lacks the skills that you have, or do you want to come up against a force that's just as strong as yours, that makes you dig deeper into your own primordial life force to the point where now you have accessed your whole being? Very much those last few steps of wholeness are coming from these competitors who are willing to show up and give you a run for your money, to let you see the strength that you possess. And this particular strength card is so beautiful and elegant and soft. Like, not only is the sheep soft, but this like floofy white sweater, this like flowing peach skirt, this like glow from the inside, these crown of flowers that they're wearing, like holding her glasses. Like, this version of strength is not ready, like doesn't need to like be in some kind of all-out battle. This is the kind of strength that holds its own and knows that it's strong and doesn't have to flex on anybody to demonstrate that strength. It's more this protective instinct where, I'm not going to hurt you just because I can, but if you try to hurt me or one of my cubs, be prepared for a contender. I'm not going to just step aside and let you hurt somebody that I care about, but I'm also not going to flex my power on somebody just to show that I can. And that's where this like Queen of Swords and Queen of Wands, I think, are both really beautiful, as far as, yeah, like I see you in 12 months just kind of like sitting on your throne, holding your wand, holding your sword, surrounded by your familiars, surrounded by beauty, understanding that you have these secrets inside of yourself, the same as this Anima Mundi energy, where you're not trying to like go get in anybody's face. You're not trying to fight it out with anybody or establish dominance with anybody else, but you are absolutely protecting the things that are sacred to you. And this Three of Wands very much echoes this Fool, as far as there is very much a new horizon that is opening up in these next 12 months that has to do with you picking up your own fire energy. That is one of the last steps. And that's very interesting that, Scorpio is a water sign. But I think Scorpio especially is one of the ones where it takes the water element and it merges it with this fire that just is ready to fight the fight that needs fought. That Mars energy of not backing down when you can feel it in your bones. And there is a beautiful strength here, pile number 2, Scorpio energy. Whoever is listening to this message, there is a beautiful strength unfolding within you over these next 12 months. And what you are going to do with it is absolutely beautiful. And I am so, so grateful on behalf of myself and Mother Moon that you were here to take in this message, that you were here to share your energy and your strength with us for even a little while. Getting to tap into your energy like this has been empowering for me to even just get to read this message and to fortify myself with this message that you helped call through me, where we are all a little bit more ready for the next opponent thanks to this message. So pile number 2, thank you so much for being here. If you liked this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to Moon Mirror Tarot. I'm so excited to have this space to be releasing these readings. Many more are coming, I have no doubt. And if your intuition is calling you to check out the Cancer or the Pisces readings, those timestamps are in the description, as well as the links for the earth, fire, and air signs if you're wanting to check those out for what they have unfolding in the next 12 months. Until next time, take such good care of the sweet star that you are, and I will catch you on the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Hello to the Pisces energy inside the sweet star watching this right now. I'm so glad you're here for the Pisces reading of what is unfolding over the next 12 months. We have the thread, and the thread represents our spiritual path through this life. It represents the events that are on our divine path, that basically when we feel the most alive, we are touching the thread. And the more lifeless we feel, the further we have strayed from the events where our thread is woven within them. So the thread is about being on our spiritual path, doing what we personally divinely intended when we came into this life. And as you might remember from the pile picking process, the Pisces pile got quite a few more cards than we did in the other piles, but I have no doubt that that is because this year is a giant step forward on following your personal thread, of living more of the experiences where your soul's path has already carved out a divine thread through these experiences. And that I expect this and our tarot cards will give us more information on what that divine path is supposed to look like. So the first tarot card, or sorry, the first oracle card that we have here is New Moon in Gemini. Communication is key. Okay. We also have Waxing Crescent Moon with Have Faith in Your Dreams. All right. We have the South Node with Past, number 33. We have the Black Madonna, Our Lady of the Hermits. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. That is beautiful. And that really reminds me of the Cancer reading. So maybe you want to check that out if that sounds resonant for you. Very interesting. That there's like some kind of mysticism or alchemy that is part of your spiritual path as well, which is very much what we talked about in that Cancer reading. So let's save these. I'm hearing they are our clarification cards. Okay, very interesting. That is not how it went in the other readings, but we are following our intuition. Isn't that right? Yes, we are. Okay, let's have a look at your tarot cards and get the full picture and see what we can understand about what is your spiritual path, this thread that you are walking more closely to in this upcoming year. We have the Knight of Swords. we have the Nine of Wands. We have the Chariot. So these are both really fast moving energy. Very interesting. Okay, we also have Judgment. The Six of Pentacles. And the Seven of Swords. What is pile number 3? What is our Pisces energy expanding into over the next 12 months? So what I'm getting right off the bat is that there is a piece of your intuition that you are growing into having faith with, and that based on that newfound faith in your intuition, there's more to say. There's a lot more that needs said that is coming through you, and you're not saying it yet, but in 12 months, you will be speaking a lot more of the intuition that is flowing through you. And that I'm almost getting like a teacher vibe, like maybe you already are a teacher, or maybe you're training in some capacity to become a teacher or a guide of others, where you share your wisdom openly and readily, that you have a lot of wisdom for starters. You have a lot that you could teach, and that in these next 12 months, that is part of what is opening up for you, that there's like a story or an explanation or even just a perspective to like paint a picture for other people about how you see the world. What does it look like to you? What does it look like to look through your eyes and see the world? There is a level of strength represented here by the Nine of Wands that is also unfolding. And part of that strength is what is making it possible to have faith in your dreams in the first place. That, you know, I don't ever mean to make it sound like you should already be doing this. Like, this is just where we've gotten to so far. And here we're looking at what is coming in these next 12 months. And I'm seeing confidence and like that's where I'm getting this like this really fast energy. Like the only reason we're able to go fast with something is because we've practiced it a lot. So there is absolutely something coming to fruition that you have been practicing for a long time. You've been cultivating this strength, you've been training your magic, you've been practicing your skills, and now there is kind of a breakthrough coming in what kind of confidence you have in yourself to know the right answer in any given situation. There's a level of self-doubt that is working itself out, where in the past this self-doubt has really held you back. It's kept you from speaking up. It's kept you from acting on what your intuition is showing you. But going forward after these 12 months, and as you practice through these next 12 months, that self-talk is holding you back less and less and less. You're able to more confront the little worrisome thoughts in your mind that are showing up to help you do as good of a job as you can do. And you thank them because thank you for looking out for me. Thank you for trying to make sure I'm doing this as well as I possibly can, that I'm sharing my wisdom with others as best as I possibly can. But at the end of the day, like there's a grace that you're extending to yourself that is letting you off the hook when you're not perfect, and there are things about what you're doing that you could be doing even better. You're able to see those with a kindness that I definitely get the sense this is not how you were raised. This is not what you were taught by the people who raised you. But that being said, it is part of the thread of your divine path that you come to see yourself with this grace. And with that, I am very much getting that it is time to unpack these medicine cards and see. So we have the Great Mystery. I reveal the wisdom keys of your destiny. So yes, wisdom. That gave me full body chills, by the way. Another master number. Yeah, 33 is a master number. And then we have 11 here. And the south node of past, like you already became a master in your past life, pile number 3. And in these next 12 months, I see you stepping into your role of guiding others using that wisdom and the mastery that you accumulated through your past lives. That there were basically people who gaslighted you, who gaslit you early on in your experience to tell you that the wisdom that you had was wrong, but they were wrong. And in these upcoming 12 months, I see you seeing and embracing your own wisdom in a way greater than anything you've ever done so far in this lifetime. We have rebirth. An opportunity for deep transformation is before you. That goes along really well here with our Black Madonna card. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. There is absolutely an expansion of your capacity to love coming through, and it's already gigantic. And I would say, if anything, I'm definitely getting the sense that your capacity to love other people is in better shape than your capacity to love yourself. And that a lot of the pain that you will be transmuting in this upcoming 12 months has to do with this negative self-talk and the harsh standards that you hold for yourself that you would never subject to another soul. You're also relaxing and releasing and giving yourself greater grace. The same kind of grace that you would normally extend to another. You're learning how to give that to yourself. And last but not least, we have Eagle Totem. Rise above to widen your vision. Which goes along really nicely with our Pisces energy. Pisces is where we feel personally the interconnectedness of the all, the interwoven threads of the fabric that is the all. And when we do zoom out, when we do look at the bigger picture, we're able to see things that we weren't able to see before. And that's definitely part of this thread of experiences. Sometimes you're meant to fly high. You're meant to let go of the mundane details of the earth realm, and you're meant to take flight and zoom out to the 30,000 foot view and take a look at it, not only to give yourself grace, but to extend grace to the entire situation and to respond from that place of being connected to the all, being merged with source energy, being part of the fabric that every single living creature is part of, and communicating from that place, offering your message from that place of knowing the well-being of the all, knowing the goodness of yourself, and knowing the goodness of the other. There is nothing but unconditional love from that vantage point. And with that, let's get some specific advice from Mother Moon for pile number 3. Pisces energy expanding over these next 12 months. What is the specific advice for us to keep in mind? Oh, and that's 2. Okay. We have the Ace of Cups. Oh, this beautiful new beginning that is opening your heart. And I'm seeing like a walnut, like a nutcracker and a walnut, like this hard shell around your heart that has been there in the past, that has been trying to protect the meaty goodness inside, and the force that is required to break the shell of the nut and allow this outpouring of whatever was inside to come forth. So even when it feels like life is putting this pressure on you, like, why are they squeezing me like that? There's an opening, a cracking open of your heart that is taking place in that exact moment. Pile number 3. We have Justice, again, a number 11. We have the 7 of Wands. We have the Ace of Wands, so 2 aces. Kind of feels like a message of like kind of keep your eyes on the new horizon, like keep looking forward, because there you're gonna see there are huge new beginnings coming over the horizon. So don't get lost in that pressure that might be showing up in your world, or like these outside forces that feel like they're attacking you or they're trying to cause you harm. Don't let yourself get sucked into that. Keep looking forward and have faith, I'm hearing, in you're getting exactly what you deserve, and that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. The universe owes you a lot. I almost said we owe you a lot. The universe owes you a lot, and you are very much being repaid in these upcoming 12 months, even though some of that is going to be delivered via this divine pressure. But I'm very much, again, getting the sense of, you know, cracking the shell on the outside of the walnut, or the pressure that deep within the heart of the earth turns coal into diamonds. That pressure that transforms, and the beauty that comes out the other side. Don't let yourself get lost in the pressure. Keep your eye on that new beginning, the new horizon that is ultimately unfolding. We have the Hanged Man. And last but not least, we have the Page of Pentacles. So these last two feel like a very divine message of like how to end this reading. And it's coming through as Mother Moon saying very lovingly and with total respect for you and you getting to choose whatever it is that you want. But Mother Moon saying, mind your business, sweet star. Don't meddle yourself in other people's business. When you feel the turbulence of the world, take a step back, zoom out to your 30,000 foot view, take a pause, and look at things from a different perspective, because I guarantee you there is greater beauty and greater power to acknowledge than what you're initially seeing. So very much take a pause, zoom out, take a step back from other people, and mind your business, because there is infinite potential in your earthly life for you to be plowing and tilling the fields of your own experience. To kind of take your magic and turn it on yourself, and to first and foremost find your own internal balance. Let the balance of your inner world spill over and create a better balance in the outer world. To find that balance within yourself, within your own heart, and then offer what it is that you have to offer from that place. And that is ultimately where, again, going full circle, you have something to say, pile number 3, that the world needs to hear. But it won't be from a shouting place. It won't be from a trying to prove that the other person is wrong kind of place, or trying to make anybody agree with what it is you're offering. There is a depth of wisdom to you that you brought with you from past lifetimes, and a depth of experience that you've had in this lifetime that is yielding compassion unlike what most people have ever come into contact with. The depth of your compassion is one of your greatest superpowers, and I'm very much hearing that a year from now, you will be leading with that message of compassion more openly and in a more forthright way, where you're not necessarily waiting for other people to ask or to inquire. You're more offering this more readily because you now have a level of confidence with this message that you don't currently possess today, but over the next 12 months is absolutely developing. I'm feeling these 3 more cards. This top one is sticking out and really wants to be seen. So Ace of Swords, again, very much echoing that you have something to say. There is more to say than what you are currently saying. We almost have all the aces here. There's a new message. We also have some acorns, like how interesting that we have nuts. There's like a hard outer shell around you right now that is holding a lot of your wisdom inside of you. And I'm hearing that this outer shell is made up of fear. So that's where the Hanged Man advice comes back in, that like whenever you're afraid, get to a different vantage point, zoom out, go to that 30,000 foot eagle view and look at it from that angle where the thing looks so much smaller and so much more approachable from that angle. And then you're able to re-engage with the wisdom that you do absolutely 100% already possess. We have the Four of Swords, so taking periods of deep rest to rejuvenate your spirit. It is impossible to offer compassion and grace to other people when we ourselves are at the end of our ropes and crying out in pain. When we have our own pain at the forefront of our experience, it's impossible to offer compassion to another person. We're blinded by our own pain. So by taking a step back and often engaging in those cycles of rest and recovery, we deal with and heal whatever frazzled pieces appear in our own energy so that we can open up and have that compassionate message there when other people cross our paths. We have the Devil card. So this showed up in pile number 1 in Cancer energy as well, and it's coming here for you too with a very similar message of you are not held back by any outside forces in this entire world. The door to the cage is completely open, and wherever you are is where your expanded self needs you to be in that moment. So whether you are there because you are outright consciously choosing to be there, or you're there because you feel like you're being stuck in this particular place, you're never stuck. You're always right on time, right where your expanded self needs you to be. So definitely in these next 12 months, there will be pieces that don't feel good, and there will be the opportunity to choose how to be inside of that moment. Do you react? Do you lash back out with whatever energy you're being offered? Or do you take a pause and hang upside down? Do you zoom out to that 30,000 foot view? Do you sleep on it and take a nap to get some perspective and get some clarity? We're never stuck, and the outside forces around us are often there not to keep us stuck, but to provide a reflection of where we currently are. And that is never a negative influence, even though sometimes we can attribute those stuck factors as being negative. They're holding us in that place long enough so that we can see what it is that we're meant to see through that experience. And the King of Pentacles to close out your reading. There is a mastery that is unfolding, that 12 months from now, you are here sitting on this throne, knowing full well the wisdom that you possess and the value that you possess. I'm feeling this is like a very second house kind of energy, that like 12 months from now, your sense of self-worth has 180 degrees completely transformed. You have gone from feeling like other people are keeping you stuck to knowing full well the power of the creator that you are. Pisces energy. This was such a fun reading to get to do. This is such a beautiful 12-month period that is opening up inside of you, and it is my distinct honor to be able to deliver this message to you at this time. Whenever you are finding this, whether you're looking at it for 2023 or the 12-month period opening in front of you, it was such a joy to get to connect with you in this way. Mother Moon is always honored that you listen to her messages, and that hopefully it wiggles even one more little ounce of self-love into your experience. So pile number 3, thank you so much for spending your time here with me today. If you liked this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to Moon Mirror Tarot if you haven't already. And if your intuition is guiding you, there are lots of other things linked in the description box to check out the other readings in this video, or possibly even go take a look at the earth, fire, or air readings for what are opening up for those signs over the next 12 months to possibly add even more depth and dimension to what we've been able to figure out here today together. Pile number 3, thank you so much for being here. Take such good care of the sweet star that you are, and I will catch you on the next reading. Bye.